After 3 weeks in the brooder, it's time for these chicks to take the next step, out to pasture in the chicken tractor. Before we get to that, I've got to fix this chicken tractor. Bottom of this had a pretty decent amount of rot to it. Just where it held water. The design is pretty decent. It's just where it held water with the wheel kit that I have. Time wore down this upright right where it connects to the base. So as it got jacked up with the kit, it pivoted the whole wall, and then I was unable to move the tractor. So what I need to do is replace the baseboard and then put everything back together. And I've got a back PVC panel to put on there. We're sitting in like the mid 40s, so I want to get some heat in there and be able to contain it. So I've already got my heat lamp in there from last year. Put it near the house. We've got an outlet over here, so across the driveway over into this side. I'm gonna pretty much line the side of this driveway with the coop, moving it probably twice a day, being that I got 100 birds in there, and then go up the driveway and around to where the geese are. We're gonna hook on to there and then do our MeatShaw system after the first week that they're out here. So we'll get another week in them. It'll be 4 weeks. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this fixed up and then get stuff put back together. You know, being the first week of May, this is not really the time you wanna mess around with the chicken tractor and try to fix things. Ideally, that should have been done during the winter. Things get away from you, but we're making it happen despite some of the hurdles. You know, it's how it goes. Nothing's perfect, but ideally this is not the time to be fixing a chicken tractor. I should have had this done in the winter, so lessons learned. Put that on the checklist for next winter and just make sure everything's ready to go come springtime. Okay, so we got the bottom piece tacked on there. I ended up going with a pressure treated 2x4. It's a scrap one I had laying around from the MeatShaw. And then I added a secondary piece on the inside for when I go ahead and put on my chick lifts. Basically how this works is it sets right in the middle of the structure, and it's going to jack the back up so I can drag it with my pull rope from the front. We got everything put back together. Chick lift wheel assembly is back on. The rear piece of PVC core gets on. That's going to hold in a little bit more heat. Like I said, we're in like the upper 40s, lower 50s today for a high. It gets down to mid 40s overnight. So I'm going to get some heat on them as well. Got that extension cord, and I'm going to keep the rain off of them, get them in a high spot. It's been raining nonstop. I think we've gotten almost 3 inches or so of rain over the past week. So I'm gonna get this moved where it needs to go, and then we're gonna grab the chicks and get rolling. This move is a big milestone. Getting them on fresh grass is what it's all about. Healthier birds, better meat, and a better life. Okay, so that's 30 chicks in this one. Man, this is a perfect setup. Just moving things in and out. Ideally, you know, we'd be able to take this whole structure and move it right out to pasture, but I'm excited on how this is working. built this coop and kind of sized the door appropriately to be able to fit this stuff in. Yeah, this is all mutual. Our hope is that they start pecking and scratching and exhibiting natural behaviors that would help them grow stronger and healthier, the way chickens should be. We try to keep things simple. Plenty of ventilation, clean water, fresh feed, and shade. We'll keep them here for a week before getting them out into the MeatShaw setup. And this time of year in upstate New York, you never know what the weather's going to bring.
First 30 are in. There we go.
You guys stay there, I'll be right back.
All right, guys, you're on the next thing.
This is what raising pastured poultry is all about. Giving these birds access to sunlight, bugs, and grass, and not just feed.
That's heavy, man. Oh. All right. Total count sitting at 98, so Greek sent us a couple extras. Lost 4 initially. First week, haven't lost any since. So we're sitting at 98 chicks. Pretty good.
Now, alright, now I gotta set up food, water, etc. That's heavy. Alright, I'm gonna get the feed put out for them. These guys are almost up to 5 gallons a day feed. It's a lot of feed. They're pounding it, which is a good thing. We ended up going with the soy-free feed this year. Went away from it the last couple of years, but talked to the feed distributor. They were able to work up a different formula for the soy-free. So we're gonna give it a shot, but they seem to be doing really well 3 weeks in. I don't know if you guys noticed too. Where am I over here? So these bars up here are also designed to be roost bars for egg layers. So like I said before, we're trying to use, you know, dual purpose or multi-purpose structures. So if I am in a pinch and I need to put this out as an egg laying coop, I can do that and just throw some nest boxes up on top. Swarmed by the mob. still figuring it out. You know, this is all new to them, but there's plenty of space now for them to get in and around these feeders. It was getting a little tight in the brooder, just because they've grown so much. But I got an extra tray out, so hopefully that resolves that issue. All right, so waters are gonna go in the front, so easy access when I gotta move the coop. And once that's done, I'm pretty well set up. We're back on poultry. Where do we go from here? These guys are gonna be in here for about a week, give or take, depending on how they're doing. And then from here, you know, we're gonna work our way up and around the driveway and head up top. Up top is probably our worst part of our pasture. It's kind of shaded, it's kind of not. There's a bunch of forbs growing up here, which leads me to believe that the ground is healing from something. What? I'm not really sure. This has been just a regular lawn for a number of years prior to us getting it, and now I just let it go, grow up a little bit. We've got some clovers in here, some grasses, and you can see it's filling out nice. There are some wild strawberry plants here, which tells me that the acidity is a little off. So we're gonna bring them up here and get them set up in this MeatShaw that we built. And the geese are gonna be in there with them, protecting them from aerial predators. The ground predators are gonna be protected by the poultry netting that's electrified. So this system is largely based off of Justin Rhodes's system. We used it in a different way last year. This is a tough guy. We used it in a different way last year. We're gonna actually try this full system and see how it works out for us. We're gonna hit this area pretty hard this year. We thought about putting them in the orchard. We still might do that in between the pathways. Not 100% certain on that, so we'll see how that goes. My plan right now is after that initial week in the tractor, once they make their way around here, is to put them on pasture for the remaining three weeks before they go off to freezer camp. So we'll give you updates throughout that process, but that's where we're gonna go from here. Thanks for joining along. I'm gonna sign off, get things ready for work, and catch y'all on the next one. So everything's set up for the day. We got poultry on the ground in 2025.